What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, Gameweek 2 of the predictions of Premier League started last week, but we got 10 different games and it could all change. This table, Leeds could be first. You never know. So we're starting with Liverpool versus Burnley, which is tomorrow at 12:30. Liverpool at the moment are in third, and they won their first game against Norwich 3-0. And then Burnley is in 12th. Burnley's last game was a loss against Brighton. There was no draws last week, which is crazy. And after this first game, I still think there won't be any more draws. And it might happen, but I don't think Leeds will get first place because I think Liverpool will win this match against Burnley. But it's hard to predict games because, sometimes you know you're going to get it wrong, but sometimes you know you're going to get it right. And this game, I feel like I know I'm going to get the team right, but I don't know about the score. But I'm going to have to say Liverpool 3, Burnley 0. As we move on to the next game, which is Aston Villa, Newcastle. Aston Villa lost their last game, and this game was a game to watch. They lost 3-2 against Watford. Brilliant game. They lost Jack Grealish. That could have been the worst part about them this season. And then Newcastle, their last game, they also lost against West Ham. Another thriller game. I think that's 32 goals last game week. Brilliant. That's what the Premier League's about. Goals. This game, I don't think it will be goals. So Aston Villa have Danny Ings. Yes, Danny Ings did score on his debut, but will he do it against Newcastle? Callum Wilson score for Newcastle last game week. Will he do it again? I think there will be goals from each team, but this is where the no draws end. I'm saying Aston Villa 1, Newcastle 1. Now we move on to Crystal Palace, who are right now sat in 18th because last game, oh my god, last game, Crystal Palace lost to Chelsea 3-0. Patrick Vieira, the new manager, not looking good after the first game. But will it change? In front of the home fans, this is the chance to prove to the fans that he's a good manager. Because last game he didn't do that. He was away, so lucky there. And it was also Chelsea. But now it's Brentford at home. Talking about Brentford, they are in 6th. Who would have thought that? After they beat Arsenal 2-0. Some people would say, yeah, that's possible. Arsenal are terrible. But Brentford, that was their first Premier League game, and I'm happy for them. First ever Premier League game. And they win it. And it's a battle between two London clubs. Brilliant. And I watched that game, I streamed that game, and I liked it every single minute. To Brentford, after the possession at the end of the game, it didn't look like they were all over Arsenal, but they were. I watched the whole 90 plus minutes, and it was brilliant. But will Patrick Vieira show to his home fans that he's a good manager? Or will Brentford be a surprise package to this Premier League? And I don't know why I'm doing this, but I think they will. Brentford 2, Crystal Palace 1. I know it probably won't happen, but I'm backing up the Bees for this. Now Leeds to Everton. Leeds 20th place, 0 points. Terrible loss against Manchester United. Man U looking good. Leeds not that good. They're sitting bottom of the table. Everton all the way up in 5th. They started their season off really good last season. Can they do the same this season? It looks like they can, after they beat Southampton 3-1. Leeds is it's the first time the home fans of Leeds are going to watch Leeds play in the Premier League. The first time, since they went up. It is kind of crazy. But teams got to lose and the team's got to win unless it's a draw. And I don't think this game will end in a draw. And I have to back up the Toffees for this. Leeds 0, Everton 2. Now we move on to Man City, Tottenham. Man City all the way, Norwich, Man City all the way in 13th because they lost to Tottenham 1-0 last game, which is really bad. Norwich though, they are stuck in 19th after they lost 3-0 to Liverpool. So this is the battle of the losses. And every season Man City play a newly promoted side. The first newly promoted side they play, they win it. And that's probably going to happen here. I'm sorry, Norwich fans, but I think you're going to do a Fulham. Go up, go down, or go up, go down. I don't think you're ever going to stay in the same place. But if you do stay in the same place, I think it's going to be in the Championship. Because Man City, I'm backing up my team. Man City 4, Norwich 0. Come on, City. Now we move on to Brighton, Watford. We are halfway through the game. Brighton won their game against Burnley 2-1, and they are in 8th, whilst Watford, they were on the other end of that for the game against Aston Villa. Watford 3, Aston Villa 2. Bell, Watford, I like you. And I said Brentford would go down. I said Norwich would go down. I said you would stay up. I said you were the only newly promoted side that would stay up. But I do think you'll stay up. But I also think Brentford could. But I just don't want Brentford to stay up. I like Brentford, but I want my predictions to be right. I don't want them to do a Sheffield United one season and then do a Sheffield United next, do really well, nearly get Europe in one season, do terrible, get relegated in 20th place the next. I don't want that to happen to the Bees, but I just feel like it might. But Watford against Brighton, I said Brighton would go down, and I'm standing by that even though they've won. I'm saying Watford 2, Brighton 1. There's going to be loads of goals after Gameweek 2. Well, not that many, but there will be loads of goals in the game. Southampton, Man U. So Southampton, they were in 16th after they lost to Everton 3-1. And Man U in first place after they beat Leeds 5-1. I think Man U will be a really big threat to the Premier League title this season. And the last time they, the last time they got a really high opening game was when they won the league 3 consecutive seasons. Is that a sign? But what could also be a sign is Liverpool. Last time they beat Norwich in their opening game, they won the league. There's loads of signs. So this is going to be a brilliant Premier League season. In this game though, I'm saying Southampton 1, Manchester United 4. Yeah, I do predict Manchester United to have 9 goals after 2 games. Now Wolves, Tottenham. Wolves, 14th place. They lost Nuno dos Santos. Dos Santos. I don't know the name. Let me quickly find the name. I don't know how I don't know the name. Nuno. Oh, it just says Nuno. Okay, Nuno. They lost 1-0 to Leicester, which isn't a big surprise, but it's also kind of a small surprise. Tottenham, even though they won this Premier League game 1-0 against Man City, they lost in the Conference League to I don't know the team, for some Europa League. They're not in the Europa League, they're in the Conference League. Don't know why it doesn't show the Conference League though. This game, I think Nuno can beat his old side. I think Nuno is a good manager, and I also do think Tottenham could be a threat, not to the title though, to European football. That's why I'm saying Tottenham will win 2-0 easily. And just a quick thing, Wolves are the only Premier League team Son has ever faced to not concede a goal against Son. So this could be Son. If Son starts and gets a goal, he would have played against every team that he's faced in the Premier League, he would have scored against. That would be amazing. That would be amazing for him. Now the London derby. Arsenal versus Chelsea. Arsenal all the way in 17th, having a shocker against Brentford. Brentford 2, Arsenal 0. Shocker game. While Chelsea, on the other hand, up in second, beat Crystal Palace 3-0. So Arsenal, Chelsea. I think London, out of these teams, people say London is red or London is blue. I'm not saying London is this colour, I'm just saying London out of Arsenal and Chelsea. So the Arsenal versus Chelsea London derby is blue. They just got Lukaku. It's basically Lukaku versus Ben White, but Ben White's not good. So Chelsea 2, Arsenal 0. Then we move on to the last game this game week and the last game this Premier League prediction. And that is West Ham versus Leicester. West Ham up in 4th. Another brilliant start to the season. What a game. West Ham were losing. Then in the second half, they got 3 goals. Because, yes, their first goal was in the first half. But in the second half, they came from 2-1 down to 4-2 with a win against Leicester, who, yes, are in 9th, and yes, did only beat Wolves 1-0. So I do want my predictions to be right in the Premier League table more than the game week. I don't know why, and I predicted Leicester to be in 5th, but I think West Ham can do Leicester 1-0. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this Premier League prediction. I will try and stream as many games as possible, but because I'm on holiday, I probably can't. And if I don't, then I'll see you in my next video, which will probably my next Premier League video, which will probably be the Game Week prediction for Game Week 3. See you all very soon. Bye.